And hello again, my dear viewers. The calendar continues on March 5. My last review for today will be devoted partly to the military situation and partly to the political statements of the leader of the Russian Federation, Vladimir Putin. But before proceeding to the description of the military situation, I would like to say a few words about today's truce, about the truce that was observed in some places and in some places it was not. On the eve in Belarus, representatives of Russia and Ukraine agreed on a humanitarian truce. It had to be observed in Volnovakha and Mariupol, and also due to the fact that yesterday many residents of Kiev, Irpin got into a very difficult situation, the Russian command agreed with representatives of Ukraine that they would organize a humanitarian pause together, so that the civilian population of Irpin would get out of the fighting zone. Here's what's interesting. Two processes were going on in parallel: the exit of Irpin's residents towards Kiev and the exit of Mariupol residents either towards Zaporozhye or towards the DPR. Moreover, in Mariupol, representatives of Kiev disrupted this truce and practically none of the residents of Mariupol came out. A few dozen people don't count. But all the residents of Irpin came out. If we take a close look at the route that was developed by Kiev to the removal of its refugees, although not many people used this corridor, then it almost completely runs along the front line. The front where the Russian group is actively advancing from Crimea to the north, cutting off the Donetsk group from the rest of Ukraine. Do you understand what I'm getting at? In fact, the Kiev regime absolutely doesn't care about the population. Yes, he cares a little about the residents of Kiev and its environs, but they absolutely do not care about the residents of Donbass, with whom they simply hide behind. And yet they use these humanitarian pauses in order to contain the Russian offensive. It is for this reason that the only thing that the Russian troops have achieved today in the direction of Zaporozhye Donetsk is the almost complete encirclement of the city of Gulai Pole. They covered it from the west and from the east and left only a narrow road so that the garrison of the city could get out. Did he take advantage of this pause or not? I think we'll find out tomorrow. Nevertheless, precisely due to the humanitarian pause, there were no hostilities today, neither near Kiev nor near Kharkiv, and, as I said a little earlier, nor in the Zaporozhye direction. But, as we know, today there was a lot of activity in the Mykolaiv region, in the Voznesensky district, where the Russian army moved to the right bank of the Bug river. As the evening, I have not received any new data yet. I really hope that I will receive them tomorrow. Also, a resident of Mykolaiv informed me that they had something serious there, but I don't think it's an assault of the city. Nevertheless, they are shooting very hard. Also, today the LPR troops were gradually wedged into the location of the Ukrainian army between Izium and Rubezhny. It turns out that about half of the front was not fighting today because of the truce. But in other areas, Russian troops attacked and marched forward. This is about the situation at the front, but as I have said at the very beginning, I would really like to draw attention to one phrase that Vladimir Putin said today. If the government of Ukraine continues to do what they are doing, it will call into question the future of Ukrainian statehood, and it will be entirely their responsibility. As you know, the president of the Russian Federation doesn't just say anything. I can come to the conclusion that today Putin gave Zelensky his last warning. If Zelensky cheats him again or doesn't want to go to any serious negotiations, when the next time the Russian demands will be different, or Russia will stop putting forward any demands to President Zelensky at all, it will simply stop considering him president and will seek the complete destruction of Ukraine as a state. If we are still sane elites in Ukraine, then I would seriously think about it in their place. That's what I wanted to say today. I have everything on this topic. My next review is due out tomorrow morning. Goodbye.